Ladies and gentlemen, the following is a TNA knockout contest that is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Civil, Texas, Daphne!
When Taylor Wilde came up with the master plan to screw with the beautiful people, it seemed like a good idea on paper, and it worked to perfection to a point. To the point that the Governor Palin lookalike eventually transformed into her alter ego, Daphne. The sessions with Dr. Stevie have explained that transformation, and we've all come to the conclusion that Daphne is not only unpredictable, she's just plain nuts.
Her opponent from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Taylor Wilde!
You know, after everything that Taylor Wilde has gone through recently involving Daphne, you can understand that look of concern on her face.
You know the difference, Mike, between Taylor Wilde and Daphne?
Yeah, I guess I'm about to.
Taylor Wilde's the kind of woman you take home to your mother. And then you leave her with your mother and you sneak out and you go hook up with Daphne.
So where does that leave Awesome Kong?
Hopefully at your house.
Can you get serious for just 1 second and focus and concentrate on this match as Taylor Wilde going to take matters into her own hands, and you can't blame her, gunning for some revenge here against the totally unpredictable and totally crazy Daphne.
She may be a little unstable, but she's got her attributes. But you can see right now that, oh, whoa!
And I think those attributes just got scrambled.
Let's
right
see that
against the
again.
steel steps.
Wow!
Sounded even worse on the replay.
I'll tell you what, Taylor Wilde taking it to Daphne right here from the beginning. Man, oh man.
And Taylor from the mount, raining in those shots, a series of right hands, one after the other, to the head and the face of Daphne, and Taylor Wilde distracted, and, well, now I see why. Here comes Dr. Stevie and Raven.
Well, obviously they're coming out here. This is all part of the therapy for the Monster Abyss, and Taylor should have known better than to get distracted as you see Daphne just taking total control.
I mean, think of everything that Taylor Wilde has gone through in the past couple of weeks. Daphne, well, sets up that secret admirer, that blind date. Turns out to just be Daphne attacking Taylor in the restaurant, and it's just gotten worse from there.
Well, you got to look at the bigger picture of this, Mike, and it's to further Abyss and see if we can get him back on track. As Taylor Wilde able to get out of the way just in time.
Yeah, I guess I am missing the bigger picture in this. Taylor off the top with a missile drop kick, right on target and right on the money, right into the chest of Daphne, and former knockout champ gonna roll through right into the pin. Here's two and no.
Not quite enough, but you got to give Taylor credit. See what I'm saying? This is helping her. She's not being distracted by Dr. Stevie and Raven. She's focusing, channeling that aggression onto Daphne.
You're telling me that you're buying into this BS from Dr. Stevie?
Mike, in the immortal words of Daphne, we do what we do, we say what we say, because that's what we do.
And what they do now is distract. As Taylor Wilde was going to the top, distraction by Dr. Stevie, and it leads to this move from Daphne. She calls the lobotomy, and referee Hebner counts 3.
That's hot.
Here's your winner, Daphne!
Well, last week, Raven returned to TNA, and judging by the long history that the two of them have, I think it's pretty obvious that Dr. Stevie is behind Raven's return, as Daphne's not done yet.
Well, and as you look at Daphne and try to figure what she's all about, it makes perfect sense for her to be associated with Raven and Dr. Stevie. Lauren coming out here, what on earth?
I mean, Lauren and Taylor Wilde, I mean, they go back years. They're friends from college.
Well, she's crazier than Daphne for coming out here.
For over a decade, one thing has been every wrestling purist fan's wet dream. The reunion, the return of Raven and Richards. Now the question is, why Abyss? Why Abyss? Why not? The reason is because he disobeyed doctor's orders. Dr. Stevie wrote a prescription that needed to be filled. Now everybody knows that the better the medicine, the worse it tastes. And I promise Abyss that this will be the foulest tasting thing he's ever put down his throat. Quote the Raven, "Nevermore."
Well, the toxic shock therapy continues for the Monster Abyss.